Steal my AI marketing team with one AI agent and no code. Discover how to build a production-ready AI marketing agent that handles everything from content creation to campaign deployment. No coding required. This system runs on a single intelligent agent powered by 6 specialized tools, delivering professional-grade assets faster than any traditional team. One agent, 6 powerful tools. This isn't just another automation hack. It's a complete marketing department in your pocket. The system orchestrates 6 distinct capabilities through a single conversational interface, handling everything from video production to campaign deployment. This include ad video generation, content writing, image creation, asset editing, asset database, and campaign builder.
And you can control everything through Telegram and NAN, and obviously connecting everything to the NAN prompts and nodes and whatnot. But essentially, you can use NAN to communicate. You can use Telegram to communicate to NAN via voice commands, text commands, which allows you to instantly preview it and obviously click to edit it as well. All right, here is why we use Telegram. In here, you can see that there is a series of templates that you'll be using to set up your entire one-man AI marketing team, right? We begin with this one, and here are some simple steps that you'll need to follow along. So first things first, if you want to import the following workflows into your NAN environment, you want to link all the workflows together approximately, right? So making sure the tools the marketing team agents uses are correctly linked to these workflows, and you want to rename the workflows as you need fit. Here's some credentials that you'll need. So you'll need the Telegram credentials for outbound and inbound communication here and here. You'll also need Open Router credentials for the AI requests, Tavily credentials for research inside LinkedIn posts and blog posts, API keys to configure, so PI API keys for video generation, Runaway for video processing, 11 Labs for voice generation, and inside the LinkedIn post and blog post workflows, you need Tavily for the API key for its research assistance. Templates downloaded, again, create, omate image templates. You can download it in the community in the link here. And as well as that, you want to create a copy of Google spreadsheet. So you can get the title, type, request, ID, links, and posts all in here. A real-time Facebook ad, right, where essentially you can put in a command on Telegram, the agent transcribes the voice notes, routes the marketing team orchestrator, and calls the create image tool. Within 30 seconds, we receive a polished hero image feature. Every asset is automatically logged with metadata stored in Google Drive and cataloged in searchable databases for future retrieval or editing. So what we mean by that is, hey, I want this image. If it's a voice, it goes and transcribes it. It goes to the marketing agent team, and then it picks out, okay, which one am I looking for? Do I need to think about it? Do I need to use memory? Am I creating videos, LinkedIn post, blogs, images, editing the images, or searching the images, right? And then it'll go into these specific triggers, which again, you'll need to link up to, by the way. So like if it were to create the image, it would trigger it here. It would use GPT-4 or 4.1 or whatever is the most recent model, generate the image, convert it to an MP3, and then store it in Google Drive and log it in Excel spreadsheet, as well as send it back via Telegram so that you can get instant access to this. This is a great way in which, again, I've also seen this before with Slack, where you can integrate image creation tools in Slack based on what you request. So you can either, if you communicate with your clients via Slack, if you're an agency owner or coach or consultant, whatever it is, or you have an internal team, marketing team that handles image, ad creations, video creations for your clients, or you're a business owner that just wants a quicker, easier way to create content, you can even, instead of using Telegram, potentially use Slack or any sort of other communication platforms to trigger these workflows. Pretty cool. Assets tracking happens automatically. So behind every generated asset is a sophisticated logging system that tracks everything. So the marketing team captures assets, titles, images, videos, posts, the original prompt, with drive links and timestamps, all within without manual video entry, right? So you get instant retrieval as well as version control. Refining assets with natural language commands. So the initial outputs are rarely perfect. That's okay. The real power comes from the iterative refinement. And after reviewing, let's say, the dental ad, we can request targeted edits using conversational language. So literally you can say, hey, this ad needs to be improved. You need to do this, this, and this. You send that message back. It will retrieve it via its memory. It'll think about it. It'll use GPT as well to help assist with that. And then it will re-edit the image, send it back here, and then send it back to you. Pretty freaking cool. Again, see, you can have the original requests, edit the command. So you want to match the clinic's blue brand colors and swap headlines. So book your first visit $49. You want to update the asset to receive the brand aligned realistic ad image ready for campaign deployment. Then you want to generate the complete content package, right? So in addition to obviously ad creation, there are many more things related to marketing, right? So for instance, creating blog posts, right? You can send in a request and ask them, hey, make sure to create a blog post on how local dental clinics are reducing no-shows using automated pre-visit reminders. You can have real-time research, long-form articles written, LinkedIn adaptations, companion graphics, and email sequences written alongside that. How sick is that? Right. So for instance, in our LinkedIn prompts in here, typically in the prompts, let me get it out. So in content creation, LinkedIn posts, there's the blog agent, right? And the image agent, and then it generates the image, converts it to binary, sends it back to you. So the photo and the blog, as well as uploads it in a Drive link and your Excel spreadsheet. This is specifically for generating image ads, video ads, or generating audio to post on organic or for paid ads. And then this is for retrieving any of the information that you would like. And then it automatically sends it to you. Let me find that trigger. Anyways, you get my point, right? So the idea behind this is that, oh no, it's in here. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Daydreaming. It's in here. So LinkedIn posts and blog posts will all be in here. You'll send the information back. The LinkedIn version typically is punchier. The blog version is typically longer and more detailed. So if you want to create promotional videos in minutes, right? So video production is traditionally the most time-intensive marketing task because this workflow compresses weeks of work into 2 minutes of automated processing, right? You can basically tell your AI to generate the video for you in seconds, right? But you've got to be very specific with the prompt. This is how it works, right? So the video workflow archetype, the video agent divides concepts into 4 sequential scenes with narrative flow and visual prompts for each segment. It then creates 4 high-resolution frames representing each scene using detailed visual prompts. It then clips them, so it transforms static frames into 5-second video clips with gentle motions. Audio synthesizers, so that then generates ambient sounds, actions, SFX, and voiceover elements tailored to each scene. And then the final reminder is that it stitches and clips audio together using Create-A-Mate templates, and it adds text and overlays and exports it as a final ad back to your Telegram or whatever communication platform you use. Long-running processes like video rendering are handled by sub-workflows that delegate time-out-prone tasks and deliver results when ready. So with technical handling, timeouts and sub-workflows, just on that note, right? So video generation involves multiple API calls, each taking about 30 to 90 seconds. So rather than forcing the main agent to wait and potentially time out, we use a delegation pattern. That's why you saw all of the other workflows associated with this main workflow over here. Right, so the main agent receives a request, validates inputs, kicks off the video sub workflow, and then immediately acknowledges the recipient. This prevents user-facing timeout errors. And then the sub workflow actually handles the asset generation, polling, rendering, and final delivery to Telegram. It works independently and reports success once complete. You might see a timeout message in the main workflow execution log, but the video still arrives in your Telegram once the subflow finishes. This architecture ensures reliability even for complex multi-step processes. So behind the scenes, how does this work? What is the agent logic and system prompts involved? The marketing team agent receives a voice or text input, standardizes it into a single text field, and then routes it to the appropriate tool based on the intent recognition. So the system prompts is compact but comprehensive. Right. So for instance, this is an example prompt that you could use. The prompt elicits and defines 6 tools and uses its use case. So it either creates the video for promotional content, blogs for LinkedIn, creates ad images or edits for refinements, image database for retrieval, and high-level campaign builders for deployment. The key decision rule is that when users request image edits, the agent automatically searches the asset database for the most recent matching file, so there's no need to manually specify IDs or file paths. Image creation workflow deep dive. So the idea here is that there's sort of 5 key components of this. There are the inputs. There's the prompt agent, which reformats users' requests into conversational ready image prompts. There's the generation. So the API returns the base 64 JSON payload converted to binary PNG files, right? So how does it generate it? Then where does it store it? So it simultaneously uploads the Google Drive metadata logging into Sheets, which we just showed you. You need to connect your Drive and your Sheets, of course, to the specific nodes. And then it delivers it. So it sends it back to Telegram with the Drive link to full resolution download. So editing images, iterative refinement made simple. So the edit image workflow requires 4 inputs, right? So it requires the image ID from the database, the edit request, the chat ID, and then the original image binary code. So this is specifically talking about this workflow. Right, how are we editing it? That's generating it, rendering it, and logging it. This is finding it. Oh, where is editing? Oh, there it is. So the trigger, which we need to add, downloads it, edits it, and then sends it back, and then stores it in the drive over here. The workflow fetches the binary using the drive ID, and then constructs a targeted edit prompt. So match brand blue and change headline to X. It sends both to the edit endpoint and then processes the responses identically to the new images. So the Telegram preview, drive uploads, and then Sheets logging. With the search images, right? So this is another workflow. It's the intelligent asset retrieval. So the search images workflow is small but critical because it accepts two inputs, the retrieve, the intent, which is to retrieve or edit, and then the image title. So the workflow queries the marketing team log sheet and returns the best match for the full metadata. So with retrieve intent, it basically downloads the file from the drive and sends to Telegram for preview. It edits the intent, so it returns the drive ID to main agent, which then calls edit image workflows. And if it's not found, then it returns the status message, allowing agents to clarify or suggest alternatives. With the blog posts and research, which the blog work post, which is the research-driven content, typically this is the system prompt, which is already included. The idea here is that the completed blog text is fed into an image prompt agent that identifies the core message and generates a companion graphic, which you can then either post on LinkedIn, send out as an email blast, or branded graphics, or meta description, whatever you need it to be. With video generation, scene by scene, again, there are 6 main steps in the video generation agent, which sort of acts as a story architect, decomposing the topics into 4 narrative beats, right? So the first one is the scene division. It breaks the brief into 4 parts: opener, problem, action, process, benefits, demo, and then a call to action or booking. Has the visual prompts, which is, again, it generates 4 detailed images. The static frames, which creates 4 high resolution images. The motion conversion, which transforms them into 5-second video clips. And then the audio synthesis. This is why we need 11 Labs in here as well, because it generates the ambient sound, action, SFX, and then the video, and then the voiceover for each scene using Sound Agent. Final reminder, it then stitches the video clips and audio tracks together using Create a Mate templates. Cool. All right, now here are some common mistakes in the multi-step workflows, which is using fixed wait times. So when you say wait 90 seconds, this fails when API responses vary because you either wait too long or not enough. Right, so make sure that you have polling loop patterns, check status endpoints, wait 5 to 10 seconds, and then repeat until all items show completed. For video generation, we poll the video model status endpoints after submitting each clip. So the loop checks every 10 seconds and only proceeds once all 4 clip IDs return as succeeded. This ensures we never download incomplete assets or timeout prematurely. Okay, so this is everything to do with, again, this is everything to do with how it works. Now we're going to talk about how much it actually costs, right? So understanding cost structure is critical for profitability. Here's the complete breakdown to expect. NAA cloud hosting, typically $27. High quality images is about 0.20 to 20 cents. So we use DALL-E, for instance, if you wanted to for economic sakes, right? Storyboard images, we use Fal.ai and Flux models for prototyping and running the prototype and runs and multi-image workflows. Videos, about 0.25. Audio generation, about $5 from 11 Labs. Starter plan. AI reasoning, again, you use GPT 4.0 or OpenRouter via OpenRouter per 1 million input tokens. Highly efficient for multi-agent orchestration. A detailed pricing sheet will be added in the link in the description. So again, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to join the community. Don't know if it's free, but we'll see. You can then import the workflows in to your NAN and configure all API connections. Set up the integration, so your Google Drive, Sheets, Telegrams, GoHighLevel if you use, Slack if you want to use that. Configure the templates, and then launch and scale from there. So this is everything to do with utilizing one AI marketing agent that you can use within your own community. Again, if you want us to build this out for you, links in the description to learn more about how we can help you out with that. Thank you very much for watching. Hope this helps.